Hello YouTube, this is Srija. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell from my expression, I am super high on the spirit of Christmas. So I decided this is the perfect time to share with you guys about all the books that I intend to finish off before this fateful year ends. So without further ado, let's get started. These are all the books that I ended up finishing till now, and the first book that I read was Wedding Night by Sophie Kinsella. Now, whenever I read something very gory and it disturbs my mental state, I always crave for a Sophie Kinsella, because not only is it super humorous, but also it leaves me heartfelt. Unfortunately, this did not do so. This book had a very unconvincing plot. The pattern was too predictable, and more importantly, it wasn't that humorous. Sorry. But what it did is it served its purpose. It made me feel a little better. A little. Why weren't you humorous? One go. The next book that I read was Beck by Darren Shan. This is the fourth book in the Demonata series, and this follows the story of Beck, who is fighting to stop the monsters coming from their realm to the human realm, and she has a lot of magical powers. Now, the story was beautiful and very poignant. If you want to read something amazing, something all about monsters, fantasyland, pick up this one. The next book that I read is The Taking of Annie Thorne by C.J. Tudor. Now, this book was by far my favorite books of 2020. It follows our main character Joe Thorne, who goes back to his hometown to teach at his old school, Arnold Academy. Dating back to his past, one night his little sister disappeared. 24 hours later, she was recovered, only it wasn't his little sister. This book is a beautiful combination of psychological thriller and supernatural entities. Along with that, our main character uses humor as a defense mechanism. So if you want to read a substitute for Stephen King, as Daily Mail rightly said, C.J. Tudor is the next female Stephen King. Go for this book. Now, the next book that I read is quite different from all the other books because it's a non-fiction. This is The Restart 2020 by Rishabh and Nidhi. Now, this was a book that was sent to me for reviewing purpose, and let me tell you, it's amazing. It's a compilation of short chapters depicting the different aspects of life. It ranges from biotic and biotic life to religion, karma, philosophy, etc. And the author has done an amazing job at leaving one page blank after every chapter for you to reflect and take notes for yourself. The next book that I'm going to talk about is by far my favorite read of 2020. It is Behind Your Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. Now, this story, I remember this book I talked about in my birthday book haul, and I was so tempted to know whether this little note over here was true or not. And guess what? After reading, I can tell you that the last few pages were the most shocking ending I have ever read in this year. So if you want to read something very twisted and very psychological, go for this one. Now, the next book that I read is Goosebumps, Return to Horrorland by R.L. Stine. Like any other R.L. Stine book, I loved it. The storyline was fantastic. Read a Goosebumps if you're unhappy. If you're happy, it'll make your day. Now, coming to the seventh book, this is the book that I'm currently reading. It is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I started this book in the month of August, but due to exams, I could not complete. So I decided that I'm never going to leave a book unfinished. So here I am, picking this one up. Not yet finished it, but loving the story so far. Now, I already made a super ambitious list on the month of December, just before it began. And I'm doing a good job at it, not so much because there are 22 books. The first book that I see is Persepolis. Now, this book is a graphic novel, and I intend to read at least one graphic novel in the month of December, rather in the year of 2020. The next book that I see is also part of my birthday book haul series. I bought it this birthday. It is One of Us is Lying. 5 students walk into detention. Only 4 come out alive. How the hell is that possible? And what the hell is the story about? I'm intrigued. The next book is a book that I've been wanting for ages, and now that I finally have it, I need to read it. I want to read it. It's really at the top of my list. It is Wishes by V.E. Schwab. It's super twisted. The next book, 3, 2, 1, go. The next book that I see is The Curious Case of Clockwork Man. This is a book that I got in the last Lock the Box event, which happened last year. And it's literally going to be January when their other Lock the Box event is going to happen, and I've still not read it. So I think it's high time that I finish it before new books come in. Coming to the last 2 books which I missed out. One is Heidi. Again, my boyfriend gifted this to me on my birthday this year. It's a beautiful Puffin Classics edition. I really want to read Heidi and also classics, so this might actually do. And this was gifted to me by Auntie. It's Ikigai, the Japanese secret to live a good life, or live a long and happy life. The next book that I see is Fangirl. It's again by Rainbow Rowell. I've been wanting to read this actually before Carry On because I saw this first, but then again I got Carry On first and I half read, so I'm just reading that. But I also intend to read this one. And the penultimate book that I have on my TBR is Cress by Marissa Meyer. I started this series so long ago and I still don't understand why I'm lagging behind so much. It's not like I hate the series, I'd rather quite the opposite. I love this series. But look at me, just the 3rd book and still not read. Cress. And that is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed. Those are all the books that I intend to finish off before the clock strikes midnight. Before the clock strikes 11:59 p.m. 31st December 2020. Before people start screaming, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I want to say Happy New Year to these books after I've read them. I want to be done with these books like I want to be done with this year. So if you liked my video, do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And also comment down below if you really liked something or you have some suggestions. Till then, stay happy, stay blessed. Bye.